Welcome back to Mewni Monday on the Roundtable. I'm your host, Ostrich Fox, and today I'm here with Mykal from Cartoon Universe.
Hello.
So last week, Haley from Cartoon Universe came on and we talked about Eclipsa, is she possibly evil? And today, with Battle for Mewni dropping this Saturday on Disney XD and the Disney XD app, we're going to do some final predictions for Battle for Mewni. So what do you think, Mykal? Like, are there any general things you really want to see? Is there anything you're expecting or you don't think will happen?
I feel like we might potentially see Eclipsa like at the very end, like kind of get unfrozen or whatever from the crystal potentially. I pretty much say this every big episode. I just need more Toffee. That's all I want. More Toffee, more backstory. I think we'll probably get Toffee's like full form again, most likely. That's the vibe I'm getting. But I think whatever happens, I'm hoping it leads into something really big down the road. I hope we don't just like go immediately from like crazy 2-hour big event and all this lore and backstory and craziness, and then we go to like, Star and Marco gonna make a magical pie that she ate as a child. Like, that's all I'm hoping, that whatever happens really leads into something big.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna lead to something big. I mean, a lot of the crew have been teasing that this is gonna have some huge consequences. Now for Toffee, some people are actually thinking like, is Toffee gonna be defeated, and some people think he's gonna get his full body back. I actually think if you look at season 3 opening, you see like the shot of Ludo, he's possessed by Toffee on Burned Spider, and I don't think they would make that if he's getting his full body back. I mean, they could always replace it, because I think like that's like what, like 2 seconds of animation they could easily replace.
Right.
But I actually think, considering Ludo's gonna invade Mewni, but like Toffee's going in back and forth, and it seems like Star's gonna find out that Toffee is possessing Ludo, so it won't really be a secret anymore. So I think by the end of Battle for Mewni, Ludo will be temporarily not killed off, but Toffee will fully take over until possibly the end of season 3. So this will be like Ludo's like big send-off with King Ludo, and then Toffee will just like fully take control of his body. He won't, hide anymore, and hopefully they'll actually explain why Toffee can't regenerate all of his body yet, because I think it's a bit odd at this point. He only regenerated his arm. I find it very strange. So that's the big thing I'm expecting, Ludo to get a big temporary send-off, and then towards the end of season 3 he'll regain control. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Ludo might end up getting redeemed at some point. Regarding Toffee getting his body back, I think he needs the finger. That's what it seems to be alluding to, and the finger I think was in the closet.
Yep, it was in Star's closet, which possibly got transported to Mewni.
Like, disapparated it, just like kind of got rid of everything. I'm not sure how that works exactly, because I don't know if she necessarily took everything with her to Mewni, or she just made everything disappear. It was kind of unclear. Cause she had the whole like little tower coming out of the house that's not there anymore.
Yeah, you look at season 3 opening, it looks like Marco's gonna stay on Mewni for season 3, and he has a replica of his room. So what I'm thinking is Star will transport, like when she creates that replica, the closet will also be transported, like her closet, but it'll become Marco's closet now. But I don't know. It's really, I don't see them putting the finger in the closet and then the closet just disappearing.
Yeah.
So
that had to go somewhere.
For all we know, maybe the room went inside Star's wand. And because Moon did say something like "Stop will find us" when Star uses her wand, and her wand's going green. So what I thought initially is that whenever Star uses her magic, because Toffee is getting so much more powerful, he can track down where Star is. But also, if Toffee put his finger in that wand, and of course it actually explains how Ludo found Star back in by the book, all the way back in season 2. So perhaps Toffee can actually track down Star that way, and when she got rid of her room, the room went inside her wand, so now his finger is back inside of her wand, and that's why it's glowing green again. I'm not really sure. This is like wild speculation, because it's like Star promos, they show a lot, but they don't really give a lot of context.
It could be because he basically is half of the wand, and maybe he's able to like track the dark magic from Star's wand.
Yeah.
For the wand, so that might be part of it. But I think the finger going back into the wand with the closet would be kind of redundant from a writing standpoint. I don't think that's something they would do.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, we gotta go back in and get the finger again because it's jamming the thing. I don't think they'll do that, but yeah, it does leave the question of where the finger is. It might just be on Star's person now or whatever. But that might also be risky, because Moon did hear Toffee say that he's coming for the finger, So she might not let her have that finger on her person, and she'll probably ask Star about what he means by that, where the finger is. She might even know what that means because she is the one that cut it off with the darkest spell. So I think we'll actually get a lot of backstory of what the significance of the finger is in the what seems to be flashbacks of the original Battle for Mewni.
Yeah, I also think Eclipsa, her arm is purple, and I realized afterwards, like, she makes a deal with Moon and everything, but I looked back and, like, we never actually see Moon without gloves, and we know Eclipsa has, like, the same kind of long gloves, so maybe Moon also has, like, a purple corrupted arm as a result of making her deal with Eclipsa. Maybe that will be revealed in the movie.
What do you think that would, like, symbolize?
I just think it probably look cool. I think it'd be a shocking revelation, but we don't really know what it symbolizes for Eclipsa, but we can assume that's why she wears a glove. So maybe it'll be the same deal with Moon. And we also see that, like, backdrop for, like, the Battle for Mewni title card when it's, like, it says, like, this Saturday on Disney XD that the Star's wand is becoming corrupted, so maybe Star will make a similar deal. Actually, no, because in Season 3 opening, she doesn't have a purple arm, so that wouldn't make any sense.
You never know. There could be, like, a misdirection or something.
True.
But do you think she might make a deal with Eclipsa once she gets unfrozen or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's what they're kind of alluding to. Like, maybe something will happen with Moon in the movie and Toffee, and Star goes to Eclipsa again. Because there is that shot of Eclipsa in the crystal, and then, like, her cheeks are glowing. We don't know if that's a flashback, if Eclipsa was already crystallized when Moon made a deal with her, or if that's present day. I feel like it'd be more a present day, but again, we can't be too sure because Eclipsa would be a lot older if she was just roaming around free when she made a deal with Moon, unless she has some kind of immortality spell.
Yeah, which is definitely possible. I think they might be saving Star kind of turning over to Eclipsa and getting influenced by Eclipsa sort of based off of the whole Marco Jackie situation. That's what they seem to be alluding to, and that's where a lot of her dark magic was coming from in the first place. So I think they might wait for Marco to come back and have them interact or something. Although they did show her have her green wand in the promo, so it might just be her general anger and frustration with everything that's going on all at once. Just a whole big mix of heartbreak and just anger that she has to leave Earth and all her friends and stuff like that, and just all this big mix. And then all this stuff is happening, and the Queen Moon gets kidnapped or whatever. She was in that little sticky thing. So it might just be a mix of that, and then she might actually end up turning over. But it does seem like Star is frustrated with her mother and her mother's methods, so she might just kind of go AWOL, sort of like Anakin, Obi-Wan style, and give in to the darkness.
Yeah, perhaps with Eclipsa, maybe she'll be freed and Star almost makes a deal with her, but then Eclipsa escapes because, you know, in Season 3 opening, Krista's crystal is the only one that's silhouetted, so, and a lot of people were thinking, oh, maybe she actually gets out of there, and I'm starting to think that as well, like, maybe she actually does get freed, and that's why we don't actually see her in the crystal. So perhaps she gets close to making a deal with Star in the movie, and then Star, like, backs out of it for some, or she gets stopped from doing it, and then later on the season, like, towards the end of it, she actually does make a deal, because something happens with Toffee and Marco and Jackie, but that's speculation. I also think we might actually see Jackie in the movie, because she's been absent from all the promos, but I actually think we actually will see her before Marco goes to Mewni, and, like, they'll talk about the relationship. I don't want them to break up, just because I feel like they built so much up to Marco dating Jackie, and then we barely get anything out of it, and I feel like Nefsi wouldn't do that. So maybe they'll go on a temporary break, maybe they'll stay together, and, like, Jackie will actually understand, like, yeah, Star's your best friend, you need to go talk to her. And I would respect Jackie a lot more, and I would respect the show a lot more, because any other show they would have Jackie get jealous of Star now.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jackie in general, her relationship with Marco in general, has been really breaking the mold from all the stereotypical relationships in children's TV shows and Disney Channel sitcoms and, like, general animated series. So I'm really hoping we actually get a good Jarko moment. It's like, I don't even, like, ship Jarko all that much. Like, I would prefer Starko, but since they're doing it, I want them to do it right. And I feel like having them break up would not be doing it right.
No, it'd be a huge cop-out, considering how long they've been building up to it. And I do think you're right. I don't think Jackie would, you know, fly off the handle and get pissed off or jealous or upset. That would be kind of out of her character. She's been very cool and understanding, and she seems to, especially for a high schooler, have a pretty good grasp on a healthy relationship, which is pretty crazy. So I don't think she would just freak out, but it is very interesting. I don't know how Marco and Star are going to interact when he gets Mewni and ends up meeting her, unless we're going to have like A story, B story type of thing for a while where they're separated, which I don't think. I think that'll just mostly be for this TV movie. I do think they'll end up together, not romantically together, but they'll end up meeting again by the end of the movie. I don't know how they're gonna kind of handle everything from here, because especially it's really curious that Jackie is not. So I'm not sure what that means. Again, it probably symbolizes that we're gonna be at Mewni for a while, but I don't know what that means for her role the rest of the season, because it was confirmed that she will be in this season.
Yep.
Very, very curious how they're gonna handle that, unless they're gonna kind of do half a season just in Mewni and then the other half kind of handle the whole love triangle situation. How do you think, because it seems Starco is going to be the canon at some point, how do you think they're going to kind of lead into that with Jackie and Marco breaking up?
I feel like, knowing Marco, because it seems like Marco doesn't really like confrontation all that much, as seen in Star Crushed. Yeah. So I think Jackie, and like you said, Jackie is like very cool. She seems a lot more mature when it comes to relationships. I think eventually, if not like this season, maybe in season 4 or like whenever they finally break up, she'll just pull Marco aside and ask her like, this is working. And who knows what will happen by then with like Starco and like all that development. Something may happen that leads Jackie talking to him, and then Marco and Jackie would just come to like a common understanding that this isn't going to work out, and then they break up. I don't think it'll be like a nasty breakup. I think it'll be a very healthy breakup, a very mutual one. But yeah, I don't see them like ending on bad terms. And I think it will be a very healthy breakup for TV shows, because usually they end badly or like they end very sad and dramatically. But I think Jackie and Marco would be very, not casual, but very respectable.
Yeah, and mutual. I don't think it'll be something where Jackie finds out that Star and Marco are kissing or something, and then she runs into them and is like, oh no. And like, I don't think they'll do something like that. They might do something more akin to like Star and Marco being very flirty with each other and having a lot of chemistry, and Marco maybe seeming a little more distant towards Jackie, and Jackie just setting him aside, like you said, just be like, yeah, this isn't really working. We should just end it.
Yeah, I could see them in a situation where both Jackie and Star are like in peril, like Marco has to save like both of them, and like maybe like they're both about to fall off a cliff or something. I don't know, something like that, like a cliche setup. And then Marco, he reaches for both of them, but he reaches for Star first, and Jackie realizes that.
Wow.
So I feel like that's a very Star thing to do. Yeah.
No, I can definitely see that.
Tying that into the movie, well, like Star and Marco reuniting. Since we see that there's that one shot of Star and Moon confronting Ludo/Toffee with like Ludo opening his eyes, that's in Mewni. So I think for the most part, it's going to be Star and Moon fleeing from Ludo and Toffee, and they think like they're not in Mewni, then nothing bad will happen. But while they're avoiding Toffee, he's actually in Mewni. And that's where Marco and River's plot comes in, and they'll be fighting off Toffee. Then eventually Moon and Star will find out that, yeah, Toffee's at Mewni right now. Ludo has taken over Mewni, and then they go back and finally confront him, and that's when Star and Marco reunite. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Because does River know that Ludo is Toffee, or Toffee's in Ludo? I don't think he does, because Moon didn't find out until Star crushed, and then immediately after their confrontation, she went straight to Star. Right. And it seems like Battle for Mewni is going to take off right after Star Crush. So it looks like they're not going back to Mewni at all until like the very end, like in that episode called Toffee. So that would actually make a lot of sense, and that would blend in together very well. Yeah. A lot of people were thinking maybe it'll be like the episode. Maybe you guys mentioned it, I think. It may be like the Buffrog episode in season 2, where like the first episode and the second episode were happening concurrently. But then I feel like that actually would be a bit confusing, especially for like a movie format. I could see it going either way, but I think it would be better if they did it in a chronological way. Yeah. And like when you look at the episodes, I think it's the official orders to like Return to Mewni, then Moon the Undaunted. Well, actually, yeah, it says Return to, I guess they do go to Mewni briefly, but I guess Moon doesn't consult River about it. Like when Ludo tells River, what does he say to him in the promo? Like, I completely forgot. Oh, he's like, say goodbye to your freedom, and then River says, you will never be king. I feel like River thinks that is like 100% Ludo, so I think he's out of the loop. It seems like Mewni is going to be a very brief pit stop for Moon and Star. They clearly go there for a reason, Another thing that I think is going to happen in the movie when we're talking about speculations is Glossaric, because he's in the poster. So he'll definitely make a return in the movie. Hopefully we actually find out, like, what happened to him and maybe, like, he said he doesn't have a side, but who he's rooting for.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very curious what's going on with him, because he seems to have, like, an evil smile.
Yeah, in the opening, it's weird, because he's in Mewni with Moon and River at the dinner table. But then at the end with the villain shot, it has, he's next to Ludo, and he has a very, like, not sinister smile, but it's very ominous. Like, it could easily be interpreted as an antagonistic smile.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's a very interesting character.
Yeah, and I was saying in the new trailer when they show that Glossaric temple, maybe there will be, for some reason, 2 Glossarics, like one that stays in Mewni and then one that's with Ludo, just because he's in the opening twice. It's definitely a stretch, but with Glossaric, he's such like a weird character that I could definitely actually see that happening. And
do you think there's 2 books just because?
Not 2 books, because we really don't know much about Glossaric. He's not the most powerful being in the universe, so for that reason alone, I can see him duplicating himself. And
that'd be absolutely insane.
And it's really weird that they have like that Glossaric temple, like that temple that has a lot of Glossaric like statues, that doorway shaped like Glossaric. So that's why I was thinking maybe like they create another one for some reason. Like it's very weird. I think it's gonna be explained in Battle for Mewni.
Yeah, I hope so, because I still cannot peg down his alignment.
Yeah, I mean, he said he didn't have a side, and like whoever he belongs to is who he serves. But again, he's in the opening twice, like both in Mewni and next the villain shot. But I also think maybe the reason why he's in both is that they're actually gonna update the opening as the season goes along, after maybe like Ludo Toffee gets defeated, and then they'll replace that with like maybe Eclipsa or maybe a fully regenerated Toffee. Yeah, that's the only like 2 things I can think of. Like either Glossaric finds a way to go back and forth between Mewni and Ludo, or there's like 2 of them, or I guess that's 3, or they're actually gonna update that shot, which because that way they would save on money. Because I don't see why they would go back and add him back into Mewni since that's such a small scene anyways.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's bound by whoever he serves, yes, but what does he want is the question. Like, does he even want anything? Does he really care?
I feel like Glossaric wants like peace between humans and the monsters.
I could see that, because he's just kind of like fed up with everyone's shit.
And he didn't, I wouldn't say favor, but he said like the only queen that left him alone was Eclipsa. And we know that Eclipsa ran off with Monster, and we know that Star gets along with monsters, which is another parallel between the 2. Yeah, that's why I think possibly Glossaric wants peace, and that's why maybe he was more lenient with Eclipsa because she liked monsters too, and then the entire war kind of messed everything up. And
that's why he's not as critical with, I guess, being captive by Ludo, because he just sees Ludo as a poor soul with no father figure.
Yeah, but I do wonder. Glossaric didn't seem surprised by Toffee possessing Ludo in the hard way, so maybe Ludo knew that Toffee was the one, and that's why he also allowed himself to get kidnapped. And maybe they'll explore that in the film.
Like Ludo knew when he picked up the wand that was Toffee?
No, Glossaric knew that it was Toffee.
Oh, in the wand.
Yeah, because when you watch the hard way, like he's not surprised. He's not even fazed that Toffee possessed Ludo. Which again, like Glossaric never seems like the surprised one, but it just seemed like too casual. Like he was waiting for this the entire time.
Yeah, he did seem like that. And he's pretty aware of how things work, so that wouldn't surprise me.
And like that's also maybe a reason why he allowed himself to get kidnapped, because he burned that rat spell. And I feel like that was definitely intentional on both the crew's part, but also him as a character, that was intentional on his part. And they're gonna reveal that hopefully soon, because that was half a season ago, and they need to readdress that.
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
Yeah, Eclipsa was introduced and Into the Wand that aired in November, and Bon Bon the Birthday Clown also aired in November. So yeah, it's been almost a year since those 2 episodes aired. Like the show's already changed so much since then.
I feel like we were so innocent back then.
Yeah, and I remember the composer Brian H. Cum. He was like, after Battle for Mewni, he said the latest promo was really spoilery, but we're gonna look back at it after it aired and say, oh, we were also innocent back then. So something dark's gonna happen.
I'm shooketh.
That's why I think I don't think they're actually gonna kill off anybody, but I do think Ludo would get quote unquote killed off by Toffee taking full control. and then he'll return because it's Ludo. You're not gonna kill off Ludo for good.
Yeah, it's not that type of show. I'd be very surprised if they actually killed a character.
Yeah,
like the farthest Gravity Falls went was killing the mayor. That was just from him being old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill anybody, but I think we're gonna get some crazy reveals that's gonna completely blow our mind that no one is even thinking about right now.
They probably won't explore this in the movie, but I actually hope they explore Heinous and like her connection with everything. Mm-hmm. Some people were theorizing that Miss Heinous is actually Moon's mother who survived like all these years, and that's why she has her cheek marks, so that way like no one will know who she is. Which I kind of like, I could see it, but at the same time, Miss Heinous seems like a very prominent figure within the hierarchy, since people know about the school for princesses, and it'd be really weird if they didn't know about the headmaster. And I feel like Moon recognized her own mother even with the cheek marks hidden. So Moon hasn't actually seen Heinous as far as we know. Yeah, they haven't never interacted on screen.
Possible that she just didn't know that she was the headmaster of the school. Although someone probably would have recognized her at some point. But it's also possible that it's not just her cheek marks. Maybe maybe she looks completely different in her quote-unquote Mewni form instead of suppressing it. And the cheek marks is just the beginning of that or something like that, and maybe that's why no one recognizes her as who she is.
I think the biggest deciding factor will be if we actually see Moon's mother and her cheek marks, because if it's the same as Haze's, then that theory will definitely be a lot more solid.
Yeah, confirmed.
Which wouldn't surprise me. I'm actually kind of hoping for that now, because that just sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
But
that would be like a big reveal, though.
Yeah, but those are my main predictions. So do you have like any other ones before we wrap it up?
I think so. I think, like I said, Toffee, we're gonna get a lot of backstory, and we'll probably get some major twists. I don't think we're even capable of coming up with a prediction that is gonna happen. Like, we'll probably think of some stuff, but I think the main really big stuff it's not even gonna cross our minds until it happens.
I mean, and like it's hard to speculate a lot. Like we know we're gonna see a younger Mina, but we don't know what she's gonna do.
Yeah, I feel like we might see her kind of go potentially and see why she is the way she is with her.
Well, I think that wraps up this discussion. Again, subscribe to Cartoon Universe. Michael and Haley are both on there. They have Star vs. Evil discussions, Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug. They started doing Rick and Morty. There's occasionally Infinity Train. So a lot of good stuff on their channel. Links in the description and the end card for this video. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Follow us on social media. Links to everything in the description below. Oscar Fox.
Mykal Williams.
Signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.